Today is an incredibly sad day for me.
Well, those are longtime friends right there, Sylvester Stallone and Carl Weathers, and Weathers passed away last week. He was just 76.
Actor, director, and former football player Carl Weathers has passed away.
The entertainment world is mourning the loss of actor Carl Weathers, who passed away recently at age 76. Weathers was beloved for his roles as Apollo Creed in the Rocky films and Dillon in Predator. But rumors are circulating that Sylvester Stallone, Weathers' close friend and Rocky co-star, is planning to reveal shocking new details about Weathers' death and career struggles. Shortly after Weathers passed away, Stallone released an incredibly emotional video tribute to his dear friend and colleague. In the heartfelt tribute, a visibly distraught Stallone stands in front of a large painting depicting a pivotal moment between the two actors in the ring during the filming of the Rocky movies. With tears welling up in his eyes, Stallone pours his heart out, paying honor to Weathers, crediting him with being an utterly integral part of bringing the success of the Rocky franchise to life. Stallone expresses regret that he didn't fully realize Weathers' greatness when they first met, saying, "When he first walked on that set and I saw him, I knew he was great, but I didn't realize just how great he would become." Stallone goes on to explain just how much Weathers meant to him, both professionally and personally, admitting, "I don't know if I ever could have achieved what I did with the Rocky films without Carl." He makes it clear that Weathers wasn't just a co-star, but a crucial collaborator, saying, "People don't understand that I didn't just write Apollo Creed on paper. Carl actually helped mold that character, bringing his own brilliance to the role through his power, presence, and personality. There were so many unscripted moments, words, and reactions in those films that came straight from Carl that made movie magic." As Stallone concludes the heartfelt tribute, standing before the painting of the two iconic actors, locked in that final dramatic pose in the ring, his voice starts to crack, and it's clear that he's struggling to hold back tears. He signs off saying, "That moment in this painting was probably the last time we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic, and I was so lucky to have been a part of his life. So keep punching, Apollo. Keep punching, Carl." Stallone's incredibly raw and emotional tribute makes it clear just how profoundly Weathers impacted his life and success. And it hints that Stallone may have more details to discuss about Weathers' story and their special friendship. In the tribute, Stallone reveals some behind-the-scenes details about the discrimination Weathers originally faced early on in his career. Stallone admits that when he first envisioned Apollo Creed while writing the script for Rocky, the studio executives flat out didn't want to cast Weathers in the role simply because he was black. But Stallone stood his ground, insisting that Weathers had the perfect swagger, confidence, and presence to bring Apollo Creed to life, and became the ultimate rival turned friend to Sylvester Stallone's Rocky. Now, of course, we all know that Stallone was absolutely right, and the chemistry between him and Weathers electrified audiences, launching Weathers to international stardom. But it does make one wonder just how much amazing talent over the decades has been denied opportunities and blocked from sharing their gifts with the world due to short-sighted studio executives. Fortunately, Stallone's instincts proved right, as Weathers knocked the iconic role of Apollo Creed out of the park from the very first punch. Another example of Weathers shattering barriers was his casting in the 1987 sci-fi action blockbuster Predator alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, most action flicks of the era, the black character was regulated to a sidekick role, or didn't make it past the first few scenes. But as Dillon, Weathers held equal footing with Schwarzenegger's character Dutch. Now, this was almost unheard of at the time, having a black actor share top billing in a major action franchise with the biggest star in Hollywood, and the brother didn't die in the first 5 seconds? That was unheard of. But Weathers proved that he could not only hang with the best of them through his athleticism and on-screen charisma, but actually nearly stole the movie in several scenes. Who could ever forget that beyond epic handshake / arm wrestling moment between Dillon and Dutch? I mean, that scene alone made history, showing Weathers as a powerful force going toe-to-toe with the ultimate 80s movie machine. Weathers overcame barriers that should have been shattered decades earlier, paving the way for more inclusivity in blockbuster films. In addition to excelling as a pioneering actor himself, Weathers also went out of his way to mentor and support others in the industry who faced discrimination and obstacles too. Most recently, he reached out to actress Gina Carano after she faced backlash for controversial social media posts leading to her firing from the hit Star Wars series The Mandalorian. Weathers, who played a supporting role in The Mandalorian, called Carano directly himself to offer encouragement after her very public exit from the show. She revealed that Weathers refused to turn his back on her, telling her that he didn't want her to give up and that he wanted to keep her hope alive despite the hopeless situation that she found herself in at the time. She credits Weathers with showing true kindness, saying he was a caring human being first and foremost. This wasn't the only time Weathers extended a helping hand to others shunned by Hollywood either. Throughout his career, he leveraged his own position to create opportunities for marginalized communities, including frequently collaborating with female directors, which was almost unheard of in the 80s action genre. Weathers truly lived by the motto of lifting others up along the way. Though Weathers' sudden passing left many questions unanswered, one undeniable truth is that he achieved remarkable success despite the considerable discrimination that he faced throughout his groundbreaking career. For decades, black actors was pigeonholed into demeaning stereotypes or subservient sidekick roles. They was the junkies, the crackheads, the side hustle to make everybody else look good. They was beaten down, they was broken, they was the jobbers. They was the one who was there to die to make everybody else in the movie look good. But you know what? Weathers overcame racial barriers through rare determination and resilience to become a global box office powerhouse. He paved the way for countless actors of color to become mainstream action heroes and romantic leads. And naturally, of course, discrimination persisted into a lot of new forms. And roadblocks naturally rose as the industry struggled to keep up with more diverse audiences. Weathers continuously rose above the obstacles and used his platform to open up doors for others. This man wasn't a gatekeeper. He was the one holding the gate wide open so that everybody else had easier access than he did. His passion for expanding representation in entertainment without compromising entertainment value is a model to celebrate. And honestly, all major studios ought to take a page from that book. He proved that actors don't need to conform to labels or limitations imposed on them to make an impact. His willingness to take risks and speak openly will hopefully inspire a younger generation of artists to do the exact same thing. There's a lot of speculation remaining about what shocking revelations may emerge about his final days, but one thing is damn certain. His legacy as a trailblazer who overcame tremendous adversity is going to live on and open new possibilities for future generations. Now, while we mourn the devastating loss of Carl Weathers, his extraordinary life and career leave a lasting imprint on Hollywood and beyond. He overcame racial barriers prevalent during his rise to fame in the 70s and 80s through true talent and raw determination. And though he never reached the massive success of some contemporaries, Weathers succeeded on his own terms, expanding possibilities for other minority actors along the way. He generously gave back by supporting marginalized communities during times of setbacks. We may gain more insight from Stallone soon on Weathers' shocking final chapter, but the iconic characters that he brought so vividly to life is going to endure in film history and continue motivating artists to realize their limitless potential regardless of artificial limitations. The man leaves a rich legacy as a visionary actor, director, and human being who will not easily be forgotten. And stay tuned, because I'm going to have more remembrance from his celebrity co-stars and directors in the coming days. But for now, I invite you to watch one of Carl's classic scenes celebrating his talents. May the man rest in peace, knowing how profoundly his work touched us all. And don't be afraid to share your favorite Carl Weathers memories below.